to you, our amazing viewers. Welcome to another episode of Hot Stuff Wednesday. Woo! Now, I really hope you are as excited as I am, because today on the Breakfast Show, myself, Wana Adana, and my amazing co-hosts, Faith and Uzazi, we're going to be discussing a very tricky relationship angle, your partner's phone. Now, do you think it's right to go through your partner's phone, and what will be your reaction when you find out your partner went through yours? Hold that thought, because after the break, we're going to be having the conversation proper here on the Breakfast Show on Hot Stuff Wednesday. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Now, people always say you find what you go looking for. Today on the Breakfast Show, I really like that laugh, because today on the Breakfast Show, we're going to be discussing people that find it comfortable going through their partner's phone and what you think about it. You know, I'm the person with the least experience on
I don't understand.
Yes.
I don't get it.
What does that even mean?
It's my experience, so let's just go with the flow, please.
I'm not going with the flow.
I feel I'm the person with the least experience. I'm
Why?
asking you guys.
Why?
Well, I know how many.
Then how many boys have you got? Have you dated in your life?
No. You're not doing that.
You're the one that started shaking the table.
Okay, so I want to know, have you ever been in that situation where you went through your partner's phone without having the consent of your partner? Were you very comfortable with it when you were doing it?
First, I'll say here is Nigerian men just left the group chat. Some Nigerian men just actually left the group chat, but I don't see a big deal there, though. Like, I have.
You have?
Yes, I have.
And did you tell him later that, oh babe, I went through your phone, or you felt it was a normal thing, so why even?
I don't know how you guys date, but if it's something I'm not comfortable with, I don't even have to want to say, okay, babe, I went through. What is this? Who is this? It's straight to the point for me. That's how I roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've been in that situation once, but it was not like I was snooping around or I was looking for anything.
Yeah.
I was just with the phone, and the person was, or is comfortable with me having the phone. So it's not like I was looking for anything. But you know, as women, sometimes you just feel there's one spirit that will be pushing.
Say the truth.
Check.
Say the truth.
Check.
Say what happened.
Check.
I should moved to an app that nobody was using at the time, BBM.
Yeah. Okay.
But the app was still on the phone. So I was like, okay, let me see what's happening here.
Then you saw.
Believe you me, I found what I was looking for.
I see. I saw.
I see snake. So yeah, that happened. That happened.
Yeah. Okay, now I believe most of us are in relationships right now. Some people are in happy places. Some people are in certified happy places. And is there a set method the way you handle your phones in the relationship? Do you guys have the conversation before moving in? Oh, babe, you're free to go through my phone whenever you want to. Or the conversation has never actually happened and everybody just goes with the flow.
I think, for some guys that I dated, right, while I was in school, and began from school days, that's when the whole thing started from. We're never really together in the same environment, so going through phones was not a thing for me, but when I came to Benin, when I met the person I'm married to now, like we actually did see each other every day, and sometimes go spend weekends. I don't lie you. Yes, I did such, and when the phone is there, like I just pick it up most times, and I don't know, not as if I'm looking for anything in particular, but if I see a name, a particular name, always sending you messages, a particular name, I think I'm just going to raise my eyebrow like, who is that, right? Yeah, so I think I went through one day, and it was just really nothing, it was just a friend. I said, oh, okay. I didn't even bother telling him, but if there was something, I would have said, who is this? Yeah.
Okay, so this question I think is for people that have relationships or have
Don't do
Anti-faith.
that. Don't do that. We know the truth. So.
I cannot relate right now.
Okay.
You're unrelatable.
I actually had a very funny experience. I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where I would just pick up my partner's phone to snoop around and check for things. But I want to be comfortable enough to hold your phone anytime I want and you not being all up in my face. Oh, why are you my phone? It's my phone. If it's when you do that I would actually be suspicious and want to snoop. So I've never been in that situation where someone questioned me holding onto his phone. And funny experience, the other day I was just going through screenshots. You know when you see a very funny screenshot and you're laughing. So I was just still swiping
Swiping to do.
And when you actually think you're in a very stable and happy relationship.
A happy place.
When you think in quotes. And swiping through, I just saw like a chat. Normally people still post funny chats. So I was just reading. And I was like, I saw I love you, okay. That was the first one, and I was like, I love you too. and I really want this relationship to work. And in my mind, I'm like,
What are we
doing here? What am I doing here? And that was like the first and only time I've ever had to confront. And I actually confronted the guy, and he was like, that the person is not in Nigeria.
There is always an explanation. But for me, though, I just really feel like if I'm dating you or we're together, and you're very, very private, especially when it comes to your phone, I won't be comfortable. Because 247, my phone is open. I don't have passwords, right? And if I have passwords, you know my password. So it's that easy. Like while we were dating, we knew each other's passwords. So it was really easy. Like if I wanted to make a call, maybe he was sleeping, I could pick up the phone. There was really nothing to check. But the fact that we are free.
I feel like snooping around your partner's phone is like an invasion of privacy.
Okay, yeah.
So I just think that you two have to be on the same page. You shouldn't be in a situation where you have to wait for him or her to be in the bathroom or maybe leave the house before you start checking.
But what if, a particular number is always called, maybe like at all time, maybe like past 12, or you get messages, and before you tend to want to turn, right? The message has been wiped, everything has been wiped. And why did you wipe the message? And it's like,
I think you should ask.
It's a private conversation.
I think you should ask. If the number keeps calling like every other 9 p.m. of every night and 6 a.m. every morning, I think before you start doing your investigative, apply your investigative.
No, for me, I will not. For me,
you should ask first.
No, for me, though, I will not ask.
I think the way phones are structured, they're like private property. The way I cannot give my colleague or a friend my phone for long. Even if I wanted to check something, I'm like, look at it here, because I don't know the next message that will pop up that may make you have an impression about me.
You're talking about your colleagues and friends.
That's an instance.
Right to your privacy.
Relationship, right? No. Marriage, right? Yes. I'm unmarried, you're unmarried. Like you said, the person that you saw, whatever messages he was sending it to another girl, meaning that you don't even have the right to be angry. You know why? Because there's no legal binding. So if a married person is saying, I have to be open, I can check my husband's phone, and my husband can check my wife's phone, I give them the go ahead. But people in relationships that tend to be entitled, it can be the man, it can be the woman, and say, okay, I want to start snooping. You start snooping around the man's phone. That thing you're looking for, truthfully, you will find it.
But don't you think?
You will find it, because I think you snooping is like you sticking your nose in something that is not your business.
See, I'm dating you, right? We're dating each other, right? We know we're trying to build up something that will lead us somewhere. So if I feel suspicious about a particular person or about a move,
the person, or you don't have this, settlement in your spirit. We women, our discernment spirit is very strong. The moment you just know that you're not settled, there's something, you're suspecting this person, there's something wrong, there's something shady. The moment you start feeling that way, just know that there's something wrong with the relationship. Because if you know how men are now, me, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. Even if you find something incriminating or whatever in that man's phone, there is always a backup explanation. And to say the sad truth, most women may take that explanation, which is obviously a lie, and still stay in the relationship.
But
so what is the point? What is the point of you snooping around in the first place?
I think you say you don't have the right to check your partner's phone depending on the level of your relationship. Now, if you people have been together for years, and you people know that you people have been having the conversation of settling down, obviously there's no legal binding.
So you can snoop.
I'm not saying
that's
yes.
what I'm saying. I'm saying do not snoop. If this relationship
I will
4 years, 5 years,
I will snoop.
Get married. If the relationship if you think you are in a relationship and that relationship is old enough for you people to get married, you should be free handling your partner's device.
So see this.
There should be no need. There's a difference between my partner feeling free to give me his phone, to use any social media app, to make a call and do stuff. And there's a difference also between me waiting for him to leave the room or leave the house. Then
Face. No, hold on, Face. So this is his phone, right? And a particular number, let's say Tracy. Tracy sends a message and it just she sends a message and maybe we're on the bed together, right? Or we're eating and Tracy sends a message, or you get up to go answer a call. Why the guy?
Okay.
Or even the girl, right? Why in a 3 years relationship, but since 7 years relationship, 10 years, the man will just disappear one day, they disappear when they get married and give you wedding card. Hold on. Tracy
keeps calling. You ask him.
Tracy keeps calling. Yes, I asked you who is. Wait now. I asked you who is Tracy. You say Tracy. You say Tracy is just a friend. You said Tracy is just a friend, right?
Okay.
Tracy is just a friend. No problem. But Tracy is my cousin, or she's my grandmother's neighbor's daughter that we placed together while we were in secondary school. Yes, quite all right. But I'm still not comfortable with the answer of Tracy is just a friend because I think that the conversation is becoming more than a friend.
Okay, so you want
right?
to invest.
So if you drop your phone, Oga, and I pick it up, the first thing that we go through is that we type T on your WhatsApp and look for Tracy, and I will check the message.
Yeah. Then when you now see Tracy's chat,
then I will tell you that I saw. Is this? I wouldn't even need to hide it. I will come and meet you. Is this how friends
then
chat?
he'll now tell you, you know men, oh.
So it's left for me to not accept your lame explanation or move away. It's left for me to, but at least I know the truth. I will not rather lie to myself.
That's when the relationship, you start already withdrawing from that relationship.
No, I will not lie to myself. I rather confront it.
You have to understand the origin of this conversation because it was from a post made by Pretty Mike of Lagos on Instagram.
Pretty Mike of all people.
Pretty Mike of all people, right? And then obviously that's actually the basis of this conversation. So we're live on Facebook, so do also drop your comments so that we'll get your reactions on this particular conversation. Now, it's, like I said, it was a conversation on Instagram by Pretty Mike. He said, how much do you know about him or her? I will start this with a personal story. I had a relationship where I was so invested. I mean, I was just trying to put a thing or two in order, then propose. And then boom, I curiously checked her phone, and in less than 10 minutes, the man in me left. I shed tears like a baby. For 2 years, she has been sleeping with most Lagos big boys. Let's not forget she attended a private university and from a decent home. That's how I would propose, and these same people would either be fucking under my nose and still be the ones to spend the most money on our wedding day. My dear, if he or she is not comfortable with this phone checking thing, just pray to God Almighty, hoping the skeleton in his or her cupboard isn't that big. It's not going to be funny if you wake up and see your BF wedding pictures everywhere and he just left you that morning and said he was going grocery shopping. We are all just hoes. You're a private person, that's why you don't want me to post your picture, and that's why you don't post my pictures. Oga madam, you be cheat. You just don't want to ruin your other options, Abby. God please help this our generation of cheaters. That's why most black marriages don't last, because during the dating phase, you are advised to ignore your fears rather than face it.
That's what I was saying, right?
They say don't check your partner's phone because it might ruin your relationship. So you'd rather not check and continue to live with a cheat, then eventually marry him or her. One day DNA will let you know that your kids aren't yours, or you realize that he has another wife in the village. Now,
Adana, this story reminds me of a lady while we're growing up, right where we stayed, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to call her name. I don't want to mention the name.
Yeah.
So we knew she was in a relationship with this guy. I was in secondary school. She had a shop already. She sells beverages and stuff, a big shop that everybody in the area literally goes there to buy. And she had been seeing this guy for about 7 years.
Yeah.
They've been together for 7 years. The guy even slept in the house, I think, on Thursday and left Friday morning saying he was going to come back for the weekend. Lo and behold, on Friday, a friend of ours brought his wedding invites. It was happening that Saturday.
So you're
So
trying to say
people were like,
So are you saying
you don't follow her up, at least you would have seen something.
Heard of very smooth liars? Beautiful
If you
liars.
meet a smooth liar,
People
fine,
who
but
will
if
not
you don't,
leave-
please
people
check.
who will not leave any trace. You will not
Please
even
check.
believe it. You will not even have that feeling. You will not even get the sign. Anyways, let me talk about the tweets. Is that a tweet on Instagram post?
Yes.
Instagram post.
Real quick. The guy is just unlucky, or was just unlucky. And also, the energy he was keeping, checking the lady's phone, would he let that lady keep that same energy to check his own phone?
Remember he said
because
he's been dating for 2 years and just
check who the message is coming from. Let's say, okay, let's bear it all.
It didn't happen to Pretty Mike. It was somebody's case. I believe he's reporting.
No, it happened to
Personal
me.
story. Oh, okay. Before he became Pretty Mike.
Let's play this scenario. Let it be a bear it all situation. Babe, bring your phone. Babe, you bring your phone. Let the man and the woman bring their phones together and let them all check it in the open. Let's not get a one-sided story. Will he tell me?
We are not being one-sided here. I'm speaking for both ladies and men. Please check if you feel suspicious.
This tweet is the generation of the entire problem.
This post should be about Pretty Mike. Let's leave the container.
That's what I'm saying. There are men and women who come out to cry and say, I checked his phone and this. That's the same thing that may happen to a girl. We're all pretty women. Even married women still
It doesn't mean that if I catch you, if I catch you cheating, I'm cheating. No.
The man may just be telling you, baby, I love you. I just sent you this. I just sent you that. Imagine your boyfriend or your husband going to see those kind of messages, and maybe he's not the kind of person that want to confront you and just want to keep mute and leave the relationship.
That's why. For someone like me, once I see something I'm not comfortable with on your phone, I ask you questions, right? I don't see a big deal.
Is your point that people that snoop through their partner's phones are doing it out of insecurity? And
I am saying that snooping through your partner's phone is invasion of privacy.
I don't call it invasion of privacy.
If you think that you've gotten to if your relationship,
if I'm not private with my body, if I'm not private with my body, if I can put my clothes for you,
your relationship has gotten to the level where you have to snoop.
No.
Because I think
I would not leave.
Of my point.
I would not leave without finding facts now.
If you've gotten to the level where you're already feeling insecure, you cannot even confront your partner and take his word for his word, his yes for his yes and his no for his no. You have to wait for him to go out or forget his phone, then you go and snoop. You're not meant to be in that relationship.
Now,
because you should already be free enough with your partner that he can drop his phone, you can drop your phone, you can use his phone to make call, you can pick your mom's call. It should already be, you guys should be already cool. So in a situation where you have to start doing CIA and FBI,
we are free,
that relationship is questionable.
You say she's your friend, but I am not comfortable. Madam, I will check. I'm not invading any privacy.
And Faith, I actually get your point. I actually get Faith's point, but before you can get to that point of knowing that there's a thing to be bothered about, you have to see something. You said if you get to a point where you're insecure, where you have to wait for your partner to
leave the room before you check his phone.
Probably you've had the conversation that Uzesi is talking about. You've asked him who is Tracy a couple of times. And he said,
and the answer is not sitting well with you.
Tracy is my carpenter's daughter. They have told you a couple of times, she's just my friend, she's this and she's that. But you know the way this Tracy is calling
you in the relationship just lack trust. I
don't think he has anything to do with trust.
It's not about trust, because if a guy should ask me who is Philip, and I say Philip is my cousin, and you don't believe that Philip is my cousin, and you go ahead to go and check my phone to find out who Philip is,
and then I'll find out that Philip is not your cousin.
You leave me alone. Don't allow me to explain anything. Don't try to work things out. Don't try to, because most of the time when you find out that this person is not who the person is claiming the person is, we see them start crying, I'm sorry, let's work things out, and you still see that man or that woman lay low and still stay in that relationship.
That's a different case.
It's not a different case, because this is a different case. Looking at the bigger picture. When you now see the results of what you're looking for in the phone, will your chest be able to carry it? Will you be able to move out of the house? I'm not saying don't check your partner's phone. Don't get it twisted. But I am still standing on my opinion that snooping around your partner's phone is an invasion of privacy. If you get to a level where you have to snoop, that relationship was not meant to be in the first place.
It's not Faith. Snoop just once. Are you kidding me now? Seriously.
Snoop is snoop. Whether it's once or twice or thrice.
Not at all.
Snoop is snoop.
Not at all. If you tell me that Tracy is your carpenter's daughter, I'm not comfortable with it, I will check.
Why will you be dating somebody that you will not take his word for his word? He said, okay, so you start doubting that you start doubting his name. No. You start doubting his name.
Okay, so you went to that app and you saw what you saw. You see Shane Kambia, you ran away last. What are you telling me?
Do you know in most cases,
women do this as well.
If we're being honest with ourselves, in most cases, that Philip, that Tracy is not just a friend. Now, how do you find out if you don't? I'm not saying snoop. If your partner is even there and you say, baby, I want to go through your phone, and he doesn't want you to go through your phone, that's a red flag already. And then if you now
pick Tracy's calls
and he goes outside, it's a red flag.
Then I'm sure there's something wrong you're doing in the relationship for him to be feeling comfortable talking to Tracy.
Are you for
and you guys are not even meant to be for each other. So you just have to let the guy. You have to let the guy go for Tracy. Let the guy go for Tracy. There's no need, because I know how all these things end up. At the end of the day, you guys, you apologize to each other, you settle, you make food for him, probably have sex, and then everything is under the
it doesn't always work
so
that way.
It does in some situations. It does in some situations. So if you get to a level, my final thoughts, if you get to a level in your relationship where you have to be snooping around your partner's phone, you start asking him or her who is calling you by this time, who is not calling you by this time. Omo, I think it's about time that relationship hits the rocks.
My darlings, truth be told, if you're uncomfortable If you've been with a guy or been with a lady for 2-3 years, even a month, or even 6 months, and you're not very comfortable with the way someone is calling, you're not comfortable with, if you want to check, please check. Oh, don't go and deceive yourself. Because at the end of the day, you say, oh, I was told to check his phone, and But at the end of the day, you know that Oga has 2 children and a wife in Sangota. At the end of the day, you find out that the woman, I mean the man who is saying is a girlfriend that trained her in school, is a sugar daddy. Okay, you want to check? Please check.
So we should know that there's a difference between checking and snooping.
I want to give my final word too.
I can put my bra for you.
I don't think the length of your relationship should determine whether or not it is a proper relationship. A relationship can go on for 3-4 years and you feel okay, it's going well, and something might just change him in a twinkle of an eye. My dear, if you feel uncomfortable about something, you've tried to speak to your partner about it, and it's not forthcoming, do your findings if it's necessary. And if it's something that you cannot live with, opt out. You don't have to be in a relationship.
If you can live with,
if you can live with, exactly. If it's something you can live with, you stay back. But if you cannot live with,
to come and help out.
If you can live with, forgive. If you cannot live with, back out. But you have to check. Please check.
We need to end the show.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for staying with us. See, look your face. If you want to check, please check. But thank you very much. We're so sorry we could not take comments. We got so engrossed in the discussion. Do not follow us on all our social media handles on TSLNIGERIA TV, Facebook, YouTube, and also on Instagram. Now, don't forget, on Monday we'll be back with Matters on Ground as we discuss state of the nation. You would not want to miss out at all. But don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSLNIGERIA TV. I am Muzezi Udwefe. Have a great day.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.